Alright guys, Dave here. Got a video for you today. I think this is pretty popular. You know, I do a lot of repair work myself on my vehicles, so everybody knows that. The one vehicle I just got recently, a Jeep Cherokee. You know, when you get a used vehicle, you're gonna have to do some things. That just pretty much comes with it, with the package. Sometimes, you know, if you get one off of Craigslist, you might as well expect, you know, if it's under $1,000, you're gonna have to do something. But needless to say, I ran into a little problem with the truck. Had my radiator go out on me, you know, so I'm replacing that. So I'm gonna show you guys that video today, how to do that. Pretty simple. I thought it was a lot more difficult than what it was. So basically, have your inline 6 here. You know, it's a nice smooth rotary engine, not too bad. But there's a bracket that goes over this. Okay, this bracket, when you open up the hood, you'll see that bracket right here going across where your hood latch sits. You're gonna take a couple of bolts off. It's like 2 over here, 2 over there, and then 1 on this side and 1 on the other side, and that's gonna be your 4 bolts. And you're gonna unbolt your shroud, your fan shroud, which is this one right here, for your clutch shroud, for your clutch fan, which is attached to the it's not only camshaft, I think. I can't remember what it attaches to, a pulley there. But then you have your other electric fan, which sits on the side. But those are, like I said, bolted directly to that little shroud that goes, the little bracket that goes across there. So you take those couple of bolts out, those little bolts like this. Can't remember what size they are. And then you have a couple of torque screws too that you just have to take out, which is what's going to be holding this bracket across right here. So this couple of torque screws, about 5 of them, no 6, including the 2 that hold the latch down. So you might want to go ahead and maybe go to Harbor Freight or something like that, and you know, spend like $10 and get the torque nut set. So anyways, moving on from that, that shroud pack comes right out, and then you know, you remove your radiator. Your radiator just has, I'm gonna get this sucker is shot. I mean, and when I say shot, I mean shot. So here's a radiator. All right, as you can see, there's an electric connector that hooks up on the left side. This is looking from the engine side of the radiator. So you have your hose connectors, which just you know, have clamps on them, and you just back those off with the flathead screwdriver. And then you have your transmission cooler lines, which they have quick connects on them, and they just snap right in. So those are pretty easy to disconnect. You might want to, when you put those back on, put a little grease on them, so if you need to, for any given reason, take that out again in the future, it'll come out really easy, because that thing sees a lot of rain and weather, and you know, it's right there at the front. It's going to get a lot of weather on it, so it can stick and cause you problems down the road. But that'll help you from having to mess up your trans line and then replace it. So anyways, that's the radiator right there, and this one is a copper one, so I'm guessing it's the original. And you can see right here, it just rotted out through the fins, and then I'm pretty sure that's where it got to the main line and rotted a hole in it. And I mean, it drips pretty good. So I have put some stop leak in there, and that didn't work very well, so that's why I'm replacing the whole radiator. But it's cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and get another one out of there. I know I'm gonna be doing some 4-wheeling, so that's gonna run me a little bit cooler. And then on top of that, I decided to go ahead and since I put the stop leak in there, I knew it was gonna mess up my thermostat, so I went ahead and started changing that too. So 2 birds with 1 stone. it's best to go ahead and change it while you have the radiator out, because it make accessing those bolts really easy. So it's just a little housing that has 2 bolts that you pop out. One bolt right there, and then another one under the bottom. You have to push the belt down, and then you just take that bolt out, unloose these hose clamps, and it backs right off. And you can see the gasket. I'm working on that. I've already removed the one on the block. I shaved it. The gasket was just, I think that was the original thermostat, but that sucker just sits in there just like that. It sits just like that. You just back it right out and check it out. Make sure it's not terrible. That way you'll know what condition your engine is running at. And usually that thing is like $5 or $10, somewhere around there. It can go a little bit less, but I'm gonna move on. I've already shaved, like I said, I've already shaved the gasket off of this. And right now, I'm about to go ahead and clean some shavings out. I had a couple of shavings. Probably can't see it in there. Get my flashlight here. I had a couple of shavings that went down in there. You can see that right there. And you definitely do not want to get that in that engine. So I hooked up my vacuum cleaner. Then I'll go ahead and clean that out. Gonna check that again, and we're good to go. So see, that's what I was saying. Little things like that can help you really quick, because you don't want to get your finger down in there. But you see those shavings right there? That's where the gasket. That's the gasket material. It just disintegrated basically. So I'm gonna wait. I have an air compressor here. I'm going to go ahead and hook up my air line. I'm going to wait until I put my housing back on and then blow all of that out. So I'm not going to bother it until I'm done. But that's simple. A little bit of a weekend, nice weekend out, not too bad. So I just do that and spend a weekend cleaning up my engine. So that's not terribly bad. A little bit of work, a little bit of time. I think it's going to be like, I know brand new that the radiator is 105. I know, man, 105, but it could be 1,400 for me taking it to the shop to do it, and they'll charge me 8 hours of work. I'm just exaggerating, but but that's more money I could put into hunting. See? Think about that. And then get those new tires. Get those 4x4 tires. So get some off-roading, some BF Goodriches. I mean, that's good. So it's kind of working those little things and putting your money into things that is going to cause you to have more value. So thereby, I'm going to save myself at least $300 minimum with this. I'm going to go ahead and do an oil change. Also throw some new tranny fluid in, so because the lines are right there, I can go ahead and start the engine, run my tranny fluid out, filter it, good to go. See? Thinking. Alright guys, I'm gonna check you guys later. Journey to the Outdoors. Just keep on commenting on my videos. I'm reading them. I'm checking up with you guys. I'm gonna have some new stuff coming out. I'm trying to get this together to go hunting. We just had a tournament yesterday. We didn't place too good, but had I caught like 10 crappie, but I didn't get any of size, so it kind of bummed me out because this went out right the day before the tournament, so it kind of pissed me off, and I couldn't pull the boat out. But we worked it from land, got a few fish. I ended up winning some door prizes, so it was cool. Check that out on OGF. OGF.com is OhioGameFishing.com. I'm on there too, so go ahead and check that out. But gonna catch you guys later. Journey to the Outdoors. Hunt hard, hunt safe, and God bless.